all gussied up.
Oh, yeah, look at it. Yeah, look at it.
Jeez.
He's got his hair combed. His shirt's bleeding.
Wow, that was quick. Did he go for 95?
Yeah, what was that all about? It's the freaking orchard. Come on, what are you doing GPS for?
Because I was exactly to go to the
What are you doing up at the other?
That's what I said. What are you?
What's up, Ursula?
Can I go like this to it?
Live.
Hello, welcome to the Board of Selectmen meeting for October 30th, 2015. Mr. Clerk, would you do the honors and pledge, please?
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, folks, so we're going to have a quick meeting tonight. The Board of Selectmen, we had 2 site visits, one at Potpourri Group down at 3 Distribution Center. Big building, looks good, coming along great. And we had a Nagog Hill Orchard parcel, RO2-10-0, with the Conservation Commission meeting, walked the site, and we're going to talk about that now. For 5:30 meeting, we're going to talk about the Nagog Orchard lease, and then we're going to go into executive session thereafter. All right, guys, so we just toured the parcel that was in discussion. The Conservation Trust is looking to use a small portion of the 20-acre parcel. Discussion amongst the board before I ask for any questions. Issues, what your thoughts were. Again, during the walkthrough, I pointed out the rock wall in the section, the easterly section, southeasterly section,
Southeast.
east-southeast,
Off the road.
of the property right off of Nagog Hill Road that abuts the Concord Reservoir. Very nice.
Sure, here, over that way.
Yep.
Toward the island.
So, that's the piece that Conservation Trust came to us 5 months or 4 months ago to request and talked about some invasive species they want to go in and handle. This property is going out to bid. There's a working group that is constructed of Conservation Commission, Agricultural Commission, and the Board of Selectmen. What they'll be doing is recommending and bidding the lease for the orchard, and then making a recommendation to the Board of Selectmen for the lease. I'm okay with the small piece that I saw. Any other questions, folks?
Look, on this map, can we get delineation?
We were right here, right?
That's where we came in, right?
That's where we came in.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we see 94 is the big barn, the red 94.
Okay, where's the stone?
We were north of that.
The stone wall
Right
goes like
about-
this?
Stone
Yes.
wall comes
Yep,
right
That's
down
it,
like this.
right there. Yeah.
Comes down like this, and comes over to here.
That's the
This is
stream,
what-
that's the stream you're looking at there,
Yeah.
Jim.
Look on
It goes more straight.
Look under the
Yeah,
numbers.
it comes right under the numbers. Here we go. And down to this pump station, wherever that was.
No, I think this is what it, not that it's a big deal, I think that, and Rick, tell me if I'm wrong, I think it was, the pump station was down here.
I think you're right, I think that's
Yeah.
right.
But anyway, it's
It's that, this quadrant, this lower quadrant right in here is what we're talking about.
on the other side of the wall.
The other side of the wall, correct.
And In my opinion, I think we ought to exclude that. Have it cleaned out. I'm fully in favor of that. The one thing I want to point out, I don't think we're at this point now to talk about the land behind it, but I do want to make the point that we're always looking to preserve land, we're looking to buy this piece of property, that piece of property, and the town currently owns that land in the back. So the one thing I don't want to do in the lease, and that's where the agricultural committee comes in, I'd like somehow to say in the future, we can block that off so it can be used, because there's a number of things, he uses it for a pump station, but you could bury those pipes, and you could have a pump station down the end that gets locked up. And these are just ideas for the future, because I don't want to just say, okay, we only take this part here, and the rest of it's going to be included in the lease forever, But that's for that committee to work out, but that's my opinion.
Yeah, and again, I think that tonight, what we're going to do is address the concern of that lower quadrant, and as you said, Joe, we can always bring that up, the devil's in the detail in the lease. That working group is going to be working very hard within the next 8 to 10 months to develop the RFP and get it out on the street for the lease. And that can definitely be a part of it. There'll be an out clause for both the leasee and the leaseor. That's just standard language in there. We can just make it a little bit more specific as to property on the town side.
Yeah, I agree with Joe. I mean, I think it was obviously a beautiful piece of land. And General Mastardo was a really great guy as well. Looks like it was interesting to see the pipes going down to the water there, but, I don't see any issue with the vision that they have to have people, have there be something people can access and to clean it up as the first step. I think, Paul, you put it well. For primary objectives seemed to be, clean up the invasive. Secondary was access, and there's things that need to work out with that, but I don't see any issue with carving that piece.
Yeah, ditto. Yeah, Rick's right here. And Rick, you had mentioned clean up the invasive in that area. So for the purposes of tonight's discussion and Monday's town meeting, is exclude that portion. And, we get a couple maps that are drawn really nicely with good lines on it. So when we project the town meeting, we're all pointing to the same line instead of maybe this one, maybe that one. But beyond that, yeah, I'm all in agreement.
Okay. Chuck?
Same.
Okay. So, and again, what we're doing tonight is not authorizing, we're not developing any MOU for the Conservation Trust. What we're doing is just talking about a recommendation we're going to make to the ag group saying that that's not going to be part of the
Lease.
RFP. Any other comments up here? Go ahead.
What you actually need to do is the recommendation you're making is town meeting.
Correct.
On Monday night. Since we have an article in the warrant which proposes, as written, to have all of those parcels that are up on the screen be part of the leased premises, if we want to take out a portion of this one parcel, we need to somehow identify it in the vote. And the strategy that has been discussed and what the motion that you have is either to take the whole thing out, keep the whole thing in, or take a portion of it out and then identify what that portion is. Town council has drafted a proposed motion that could be offered at town meeting. I think I emailed it to all of you this afternoon, but here's the text. It refers to let's see. It says it would be Article 8 as printed, provided that the Selectmen, pursuant to an agreement reached with the Conservation Commission, shall include in the lease only a portion of this parcel that, as substantially shown on a sketch plan labeled this 94, and provided further that the Selectmen is authorized to prepare an engineered plan that adequately delineates that portion. So step one would be to actually agree on a sketch plan, what you want to carve out, or what you want to include in this, on this lot as being in the lease, get agreement between the Selectmen and Conservation Commission on that, and then that would be the exhibit that we would offer a town meeting on
We don't have
Monday
enough,
night.
we only, the Conservation Commission, we didn't get them all back here, did we? So we didn't have a plan. So,
I'm not sure you need to have Conservation Commission actually.
well, we want the
involved at this
Conservation
point.
Commission involved, Rick. I mean, we want their recommendation. They're a board that the town holds near and dear to its heart, and we want to hear them and their support, so.
But the town is administered by the Selectmen,
Correct.
already own this property,
We're looking,
so you wouldn't have to give it to anybody, you could just do it yourself.
Well, but the idea is that we want to go into town meeting as one big happy family where everyone is signed on to the idea, so.
and I think from the discussion we heard out.
From what we heard, I think,
There's not gonna
I
be
think
any
that if the
issue.
Board of Selectmen
So-
votes a portion of it, consistent with the site visit this afternoon, the Conservation Commission won't object to it.
Yeah. So, I guess what we, go ahead, Rick. Just let everybody know who you are, please.
Oh, Rick Finley, Conservation Trust. You were mentioned that the Conservation Trust was, it sounded like you were talking about a physical entity. We're not. We're just representing the town and wanting to see public access and invasives controlled.
Okay.
As stewards, we're just represented here as stewards for the town.
Very good, thank you. Okay, so I think we, go ahead, Don.
Yeah, Don McIver, 43 Foster Street, also Littleton Conservation Trust. I mean, this is your land, and some of it comes under conservation, because that's what the application said originally when this was done, with long general public access. What we're trying to do is do an improvement on town land. Isn't that we are doing something for ourselves, but as a nonprofit, we're the only people that actually clean up invasives. And we're trying to actually have the original application intention fulfilled. And no one wants to do anything to detract from the orchard or Charles Auger or wherever else may be doing it. But there's 6 parcels of land, 5 of them are very similar because they're growing stock. And I think it's great you're doing a lease on it, long-term lease. But those all will be treated similarly. Here, things may change in a short-term basis because of the operations. What might be the easiest thing is move ahead with RFP for those 5 parcels and maybe do a 1-year renewal, whatever, till people figure out. We understand some of the problems, we don't understand everything. And give some time to work that out on this one parcel. We know the invasives are a problem, we know we want some public access, we know Charles needs water access, we know he needs some storage, but we don't know everything. So rather than think we know all the answers and tie it into something possibly long-term, get some buying time and let's figure out the problem. And maybe so the agricultural working group is the group to do it, and we can make arguments there, come back, and make sure we do something intelligent, because what is worse is putting something in a long-term lease and then realizing you want to do something different because something's changed or operations change. Things will change over time here, not so much on those other 5 parcels.
Okay.
So I suggest cutting this out and give us some time to figure out how people go in to treat the invasives, but don't tie this in stone to anything.
Okay. Yeah, I heard you say something.
No, I think,
Okay.
well, we've run around this wheel a couple
Yeah,
times
yeah,
now.
yeah. Okay. All right, there's no other comment, I'd look for a motion.
So how do we do this?
So, obviously, it's gonna be option B. We
Yeah.
don't know what the acreage is, so we can put use the same language that town council has drafted.
Yeah, the new motion that
Portion
town
of the
council has
assessment
drafted need only refer to a plan, but you do need to, somebody needs to draw a line around
Right.
what you want to use. and-
Pass it over here and give me a pen.
Yeah.
So, is that how we want to do it? Just with a crayon, just draw the
Yeah.
line on the
Well, for now.
For now.
That's
And
enough
then-
for now. That gets you to Monday night. After Monday night, we got to hire an engineer.
Yeah, then we'll get it surveyed.
Yeah.
Chuck's done it.
You already have it?
Ready?
Let's hold on, let's see.
There's a big ish factor there.
Oh, yeah, here it is. So,
Okay. All
go
right.
ahead.
Move that the Board of Selectmen vote to delete a portion of Assessor's Parcel R02-10-0 that shall be substantially as shown on the sketch plan by Mr. DeCoste, labeled 94 Nagog Hill Road, R2100, Lot 107, abutting Nago Pond from the area to be leased for agricultural purposes under November 2nd, 2015 special town meeting, Article 8, Nagog Hill Orchard leases.
Second.
We're moving to second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That's Mr. Bergman?
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda, look for a motion.
Move to go into executive session?
Yep,
No intention.
yep.
With no intention of
You want to draw that one
entering
again?
back into open session.
This one, and then I'll use that as the official.
Anybody? Oh, I gotta read the whole thing. Sorry. I'm so on the ball today. Wait, where is it?
Morning,
This? Yeah, go
Article-
for it.
Move the Board of Selectmen vote pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, subsection 21A, Clause 3, to convene an executive session to discuss strategy with respect to litigation, since an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the litigation position of the board, and not to convene an open session thereafter.
Second.
Moving to second, Mr. Knox?
Aye.
Ms. Hebert?
Aye.
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 Aye. We're now in executive session, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Did you all?